Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my 2021 planning and journaling system, and I am really loving what I've chosen for this year. So I will briefly go over each planner slash journal, the layout, what I'm using it for, and the cadence in which I use it. So let's just get right into it. So the first planner I have here is my Filofax original in the personal size, and this is the nude one. I finally brought this back out to use after like 5 years, and I am loving it. So this is a ring planner, and I will do a more detailed flip through of this planner in a couple weeks, so I won't go into too much detail now, but basically I've set up 5 sections in here. So you can see the tabs. There's an inbox, a monthly calendar, a weekly calendar, a reference section, and a content planning section. And this is my main planner where I keep track of day-to-day tasks and information, and this is pretty much open on my desk all the time, and I reference it and fill it out multiple times a day. I like planning in rings because it's easy to add or remove or shift things around, so it's super customizable to what I need in a planner. So this is the planner that I spend the most time in and what I'm using to mainly plan ahead. And then I have this one here. This is the Pression Hardbound daily planner in the week's size. This is my work planner. So on the front here, I have the clear cover that I think Pression sells. And then inside I have a vellum from Once More with Love. We have a B6 one here as well. I really like to keep my work to-dos in a separate planner because I like to set that boundary. So this layout in particular has 3 months worth of daily pages. Kane from Pression actually sent this over for me to try out. I've already started using this. As you can see, there are, like I said, 3 months. We have a monthly section here, a month at a glance, and then there are some habit trackers and list areas and such. And then it goes into each week. So let me see if I can find a new week here. We have like a week at a glance in a horizontal layout, and then daily pages. And this planner is a collab with Jasenia from Jasenia Printables, which is why the layout may look familiar. And I love the B6 version because of the pink. Can't wait to move into this one. But for my project right now, I think the smaller size is a little bit better. The hardbounds in particular are great for work because they are so compact, but also they're durable because of like the cover, especially if you put a clear cover on it. So it doesn't get messed up when you like throw it into your bag or whatever when you need to head into the office. So that's what I'm using for work, and these two are basically what I'm using for my plan ahead planners. All right, so let's move on to the journals that I'm currently using. So this one is the main one. This will look familiar. This is a 7x9 spiral bound from the Sticker Kit Planner Studio. I'm still getting used to the name, but it's TSKP Studio for short. And this is the planner that I'm using to memory plan. So honestly, it was a spontaneous purchase. I saw that Erin, who's the owner of TSKP Studio, restocked, and I had seen a few planner YouTubers show it. It looked really good, and it looked exactly like what I needed, so I thought, why not? So I went for it. Up here is a cover from Pumpkin Paper Co that I added on top, but this is actually the cover that it comes with as the default. I believe there are a few options you can choose from, and they are removable and interchangeable, so that's nice. And then the front page has, you know, this planner belongs to. I will still figure out how I want to do my name here. I think I want to do like kind of like a junk journal kind of style for this cover because there's like a lot of room here to add my name, but we'll see. It goes into the, I guess this is like a list section for each month. Not sure how I'm going to use that. And then we head into the monthly section. So this is an add-on option like the monthlies, which I got because I like to do monthly highlights in here. And I also got the tab add-ons, which you can see here, and you can add or change the font, I believe. I just, again, went with the default, but I did kind of cover them up with my own, with the label maker that I have, because I've been liking this vibe. It matches my tabs in my personal rings, and I just like the more utilitarian look of it. So I have covered the first 6 months, left the second 6 months to show you. Moving on to the monthlies, I already started planning in this, so this was my first week. Again, it's the vertical layout. Oh, let me show you what it looks like without it all planned out. So this is like perfect if you plan like the way that I plan, or journal, I guess. Now I call it memory planning now. We have a bottom section for washi, we have header sections, and the colors or the lines are kind of grayed out so that you don't have to white them out when you're putting down headers. I really don't mind either way. I tend to sometimes use headers, sometimes I don't, and I just cover it up. So either way is kind of fine for me. And then we have a sidebar, and I did get mine undated because I wasn't sure at the time that I got this if I was going to stick with this one or go with a Pression spiral. Ultimately, I decided to go with this one, but I'm okay with putting the months and dates in myself because now I can use like the monthly scripts and date covers that I like without having to white anything out. And I'm waiting for some monthlies from Letters to Apollo to put there, so that's why this one is empty. One thing to note is if you do get the undated, each month comes with 5 weeks. So if there is a month with only 4 weeks, then I'll probably tear one of these pages out. So just an FYI. Oh, also, if you get the monthlies, it automatically comes with the bigger coil, which is perfect because it'll help accommodate the bulk that comes with adding stickers to each layout. But if you don't get the monthly, I believe you can request to get the bigger coil as well. All right, the next journal I have to share with you is my Foxy Fix. This is an A6 size journal, and I wanted to briefly mention this one because I did get a few questions on it. So this cover is from Foxy Fix. I don't remember the name of the leather, so I apologize for that. But inside it does hold 2 A6 notebooks right now. There are 4 strings, but I think 2 is a good size for me. So the first one here is from Stylogy. Got it on Amazon. The second one here is from Muji. Yes, and this one is all filled up. So I just keep it in the back because I like to flip through it. So this journal resides on my nightstand, and I like to say it's all heart and emotion and tenderness. I don't really have a systematic way of using it. Basically, it's a curated set of writings, mostly others, but sometimes my own as well. And I tend to reach for this when I'm going through some sort of emotional turmoil. I'll either write something down that resounded with me, or that carried me or is carrying me through whatever it is I'm going through. Or if I don't have anything to write down, then I'll just read through it, basically. Yeah, so as you can see, just a lot of writing. Like if I read a book and there are some quotations I want to write down, then I'll put them in here as well. And sometimes I'll write like mantras or intentions as well. I really like this, and I like flipping through it. It is a vital part of my emotional well-being, I feel. So that's it for this one. The last planner I have to share with you is brand new to my system, and this is the Hobonichi Techo in the cousin size, which is an A5 size. So let me just briefly go over the layout. So we have a month, like a year, actually 3 years at a glance up at the front here. Then we have, I don't really know what to call this section, but there's basically a column for each month, and it has all of the days. A monthly section, and this monthly section goes up until, I believe, March of next year. And then we have a weekly section. So all of the weeks of 2021 are in here. And then lastly, we have a daily section. So there's a page for every day. Like I said, this is brand new to my system, so I'm still experimenting with it. But I do want to talk quickly about what Hobonichi says this planner is used for. So this is like a little pamphlet that came with the planner, and they call this Techo like a life book. Before you know it, you'll have a one-of-a-kind book that doesn't exist anywhere else. But this one, I wrote it down on a post-it note because I was watching Denise from Paper and Milk's video where she went over her Techos, And I saw on the description that came with the A6 version this little blurb that really describes how the Techo is meant to be used and how I would like to use it as well. A Techo in Japan is used for more than scheduling an agenda. It is also used as a sketchbook and a diary, and for other jottings that together tend to chronicle its owner's daily life. So basically, I was introduced to this planner mainly from Lindsay Scribbles, and I will link her channel down below because I find that the way that Lindsay uses her Techo really embodies the Hobonichi ethos, and that's what drew me in. And right here, this is from the Glass Essay by Anne Carson. It says, "You remember too much, my mother said to me recently. Why hold on to all that?" And I said, "Where can I put it down?" And for me, this Techo is exactly where I want to put all of that down. So I have so many thoughts and so many things that I want to remember, and things that just have been slipping through the cracks because my planning system, my personal rings, after I'm done with those inserts, I tend to throw them away. When I want to look back on it, maybe like a few months down the line, or 2 years down the line, I don't have that information. So I want this Techo to be chronicling my life, my plans, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, what I did, details that even my journal from my spiral bound doesn't capture, because that's pretty high level. The best way I can describe it is, if you've read The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, is that the name of the series? Yeah, I think so. It's been like 15 years since I read that series. Basically, the premise of the book, if you haven't read it before, is there are 4 girls who are best friends, and they have different body types, and miraculously, this one pair of jeans that they found fits them all, and whenever they wear it, like, good things happen to them. And that's exactly how I envision this Techo to be to my planners. So it is at once an extension of all of my planners, as well as the thread that connects them all. The journaling is an extension of my A6 journal, where for that journal, I like to keep things really concise, and it's like my own curated poetry book or prose book. Whereas this, I can flesh out ideas. I can write down, like, this poem that I read, I can write down everything that I loved in that poem that I want to remember. And then I can also add my analysis here. I can journal out my goals. I can do random Tombow swatches. Like, I can do whatever I want in here, basically. And I'm not, like, limiting myself in any way. Whatever I need it to be, this planner is that. All right, everyone, so that is my 2021 planning and journaling system. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fun and safe 2021 so far, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.